officers. From there, the suspect was transported to the hospital where he has been pronounced deceased. The motorcycle rider was also transported to the hospital and is currently in critical condition.
Where did this all start?
I'll defer that part to Captain Sedan.
Can you say and spell your first last name and also your title?
Yes, Captain Sedam, Sedam, commander of the North Sacramento area CHP. This afternoon we were involved in a pursuit started at Norwood and Interstate 80. It was for a traffic violation. The violator entered Interstate 80 from Norwood, and then the pursuit terminated here on 80 and Greenback, where were involved in officer-involved shooting. There were 2 CHP officers involved, and they were uninjured during the shooting.
Did your officers fire first and then Sac Sheriff's officers, or?
We don't know the actual timeline of the shooting, and that's going to come out during the investigation.
So did the pursuit, the traffic stop or attempt at a stop start at 12:20, or that was the time of the shooting, or?
That's an approximate time. We're not exactly sure the exact time that the violation occurred.
Do you know who the suspect is?
I don't have the suspect information.
Right now, we're just identifying them both as adult male. The suspect as an adult male and the motorcyclist also as an adult male.
What about this obviously happened while a pursuit was in progress. Is it too dangerous to chase someone when you're in a busy area like this?
Well, pursuits are complex situations. We do know that as law enforcement, it is dangerous. But for the California Highway Patrol and allied agencies, we always take the safety of the motoring public into considerations. It's always an ongoing consideration with safety is paramount for the suspect, for the officers involved, and for any civilians that might be around. Safety is paramount during any pursuit.
Do you know if the suspect deliberately hit the motorcyclist, or was he just going so fast, lost control? What was that situation like?
Do we have info on the?
Well, so this is the fun part about this investigation. So we are handling a lot of the criminal aspect of it. Traffic is California Highway Patrol specialty, so a lot of this stuff is being done in conjunction. Based on the intentional versus unintentional, that's still hard to say, and we're very early on with that. Our homicide investigators are on scene, so they're, again, taking a big part in the shooting aspect of it, and a lot of what led up to it. The finer details as far as the traffic that goes, whether the act was intentional, some of that's going to go back into the science of it, and you're going to see a lot of, they have their MATE team, which is their major accident investigations team that's also here, that will take into account, everything from skid marks to video to you name it. So a lot of this is going to be based on science, a lot of it's going to be based on video, and of course accounts from witnesses and everyone else.
He had a knife, you said. Was that recovered at the scene?
Yes.
Where was he running? Was he running toward officers, away from officers when the shooting happened?
So I don't actually have that yet. A lot of that will come out too once body cam's reviewed, once all the interviews are completed. So again, we're early on. Again, we're obligated to release a lot of this body camera, per law, and we'll comply with that. And all of that will obviously come out at the end of this investigation.
And I know you said you're not releasing his identity at this point, but is this person known to you? Do you have any idea? Does he have a warrant or something that maybe?
Criminal history?
I do know he's known as far as law enforcement goes. As far as criminal history, I don't have any of that just yet. So.
But any idea why he didn't stop during the traffic stop?
No, nothing yet.
No outstanding warrants or anything?
No, but I mean, I will say something like this. Obviously, he had danger on his mind, and thankfully, he was something that we came across. And unfortunately, there was a member of the public that was victimized by this. But fortunately, we were able to take some intervening steps to mitigate any further violence that he could have perpetrated.
What did you say? I'm sorry about the motorcyclist, his condition right now?
Right now, it is critical. He is alive from what we know. Beyond that, I don't have much else.
Is he from Sacramento or anything?
All I have on him is an adult male, and he's in critical condition right now.
Any idea how many shots were fired?
None yet.
How long will this stay closed for? When do you guys expect it to be reopened?
It's going to be some time. A lot of that, again, is going to normally throw that over to CHP, but again, a lot of it's going to depend on how long it takes for our homicide team, the MATE team, and everyone else that's here to collect everything. I know it's a big inconvenience for the public, but something like this and this magnitude of an investigation, unfortunately, that's going to take precedence over traffic.
I know you said you have to obviously take safety into consideration pursuits. Can you give us a sense of like what are some of the things that factor in to deciding on whether or not to begin a pursuit?
Yeah, absolutely. So pursuits are complex when they occur, so we are constantly evaluating it. We not only take into account traffic, speeds of traffic, locations, freeways versus city streets, that sort of thing. It's an ongoing evaluation. There are supervisors that are involved that are making those calculated decisions as the pursuit is ongoing. Our officers are well trained. They train quarterly on pursuit management techniques. We ask for things like air support. We ask for additional units as needed. We notify allied agencies. We try to get as much information out there to allied agencies as possible. We make sure that we only have a certain number of units involved. Again, it's pursuits are complex, but safety is paramount in all of them. So it's always an ongoing evaluation of current traffic and current conditions when we decide whether or not to continue a pursuit.
I mean, when an innocent person like gets hit like this, did something go wrong?
Well, of course, we never want anybody to get hurt in any law enforcement activity, pursuits or otherwise. That includes the suspect, includes officers, it includes citizens. So, again, as the investigation is ongoing, we'll determine more about what occurred and definitely try to learn from whatever we find out.
Sergeant Gandhi, I noticed on my way up here there were a few sheriffs' vehicles that were coming up. Were they coming up to assist this? Did you need additional units on this?
Right now, there's always going to be, free-flowing staffing, whether it's a traffic concern or anything else. So we'll have that kind of stuff happening all the time. And especially as this stays prolonged, you might see shift changes, you might see just personnel changes as that goes. So.
Anything we didn't ask that you think is important to mention or you want to make sure people know? Obviously, a lot of people were driving by kind of wondering what happened.
Sure, if someone was driving by and they did see anything, again, we not only welcome that information, but need that information. We want to paint the most complete picture of what happened. So again, please call us with anything you have. We have, tons of investigators here right now that would actually love to speak to you and take your statement.
Thank you.